Hi, thanks for joining me today for our weekly tuning. I'm glad you're here. And the theme for this week is hidden desires that are causing tension. And this final week of May is some dynamic, fast-moving, and slightly electric energy shift is what I've read. And there's a massive amount of unchanneled nervous energy in the atmosphere, causing tension to rise, especially around communication in the middle of the week. And your best strategy is to hit pause, take a breath, and resist the temptation to take the bait in heated moments. So I'm going to read from moonreading.com. This week, a waxing gibbous moon in Libra rises on May 26th. And it's about to bring something into the light that you've been keeping in the dark, even from yourself. And I'm going to pause right there. I didn't know what a gibbous moon was. So a gibbous moon occurs when the moon is more than half illuminated, but not quite full. It's a period of building toward the climax. So in this moon, hold the intention to see what your heart has been asking for. And that's what we'll get into here a little bit later of looking at what your heart is asking for. And so I'll continue with moonreading.com. There is a hidden desire pulling at you, a quiet longing you haven't fully admitted, maybe for a new life, a new opportunity, a new love, and it's been steering your decisions in ways you're only now beginning to see because it's been in the subconscious. So Libra is the great balancer. Under this lunation, the scales will tip, and what you've been carrying beneath the surface of your normal life finally becomes visible. So this isn't about guilt. It isn't about acting on impulse either. It's about finally looking at what your heart has been quietly asking for and understanding what this desire really wants from you. So this moon is illuminating the quiet tension between two competing desires that have been pulling at you. One visible in the surface of your life, perhaps, or at least through your mind, something you're conscious of and acting on, and the other one, your subconscious, the hidden. And there's a particular kind of restlessness that arises when hidden desires takes hold of someone, a quiet pressure that builds beneath the apparent contentment of daily life. And it slowly kind of distorts the way you've been or the way you've been looking at. So being moved by this hidden longing is not the same as needing to act on it. I wanted to say that again. Being moved and feeling this emotion and being moved by this hidden longing is not the same thing as needing to act on it. And a desire is sometimes a signal that something within you needs attention, rather than the guarantee of that going with this desire is going to provide what you're seeking. So keep in mind this week. If you feel this tension, if you're feeling something come up, if you are made aware of this subconscious desire, then remember that it's a signal to look within, not necessarily prompting you to act on it, though it may be. So as you feel this, as you go through this week, take stock of what you already have that is really good. And because this hidden longing has been quietly convincing you that your current life is somehow insufficient and all the current positive things can fade from your perception when your attention is captured by what you don't have yet. So keep in mind that contentment is not the absence of desire, but the recognition of what is already present and that you need to celebrate. And remember that balance is not a one-time adjustment, but a continuous practice of adjustment. These hidden thoughts, this subconscious desires moving for you is not your enemy, and neither is the visible life you've built. Both deserve your respect, and the path forward will reveal itself when you look at both with honesty. And so my information this week comes from moonreading.com. It also comes from Pluto's Child Astrology and just Gemini search, the AI on the Google Chrome. So because the moon tracks your subconscious moods and emotional landscape and instincts, its rapid movements this week through several different signs can increase the emotionality you feel. So yesterday and today, then this week starts with the moon finishing its run in Gemini and entering, or right before entering Cancer. And this creates nostalgia, deeply sensitive and self-protective energy. So in those days, focus on home, family, and emotional nourishment. And then midweek, Tuesday and Wednesday, as the moon enters Leo, emotional detachment or quiet introversion shifts into passion and a need to be seen. So you may feel a dramatic urge to express your heart, or perhaps be seen by others, being visible. And then later in the week, the end of the week, it goes from, the moon moves from Leo into Virgo. And this triggers a time when you'll feel like you need to reorganize. So the fiery and dramatic Leo energy will settle down into a practical desire to clean, fix, or build efficient routines. Then there's also the sun, of course. That was just the moon. The sun is in Gemini, and the vibe is mind-centric and versatile and restless. So your focus shifts from the slow physical building blocks, so to speak, of Taurus to a fast-paced desire for gathering information or learning or multitasking. And the highlight is earlier in the week, the sun meets up with Uranus in Gemini. This conjunction can bring a highly disruptive, exciting, or sudden flashes of insight. So be prepared for unexpected shifts in your perspective or sudden strokes of genius, or perhaps sudden changes of plans. And then the stars energy are creating high pressure and an undercurrent of change. So the energies of the stars this week is Mercury is in Gemini, and so it's about communication. Be mindful of the nervous energy or your scattered thoughts, and be conscious of your communication then, because it can be incredibly sharp and quick, or witty even. That might be nice. My thoughts seldom run sharp and quick and witty. So then Venus is in Cancer, and that's about love and harmony in relationships. So you'll feel some tenderness perhaps or protectiveness, and you will crave emotional safety and intimacy. And then there's Mars in Taurus early this week, and your physical drive and energy slow down to a steadiness. But Mars immediately takes aim at a tense square off of Pluto in Aquarius, and that indicates building undercurrents of that defiance against limits or stubborn power struggles. So again, things that add to this tension that you might feel within of a subconscious desire versus where you are now in life, and to remember to find the good in what you're doing now, and then look at those desires and find the emotion that's driving those, and look at how those relate and what you need to know about that emotion before you would decide to just make a sudden change. And anyway, so with the theme of hidden desires causing tension, we'll begin our tuning here. to help us see what we need to see. I'm going to start with the 222 to bring calmness. I feel you in the energy field. Not feeling anyone in particular that I'm aware of yet, but of those who will all be listening, and your energy feels so good, so kind, and glad to be here and loving. So thank you for joining me. So take some deep breaths. Inhale through your nose slowly. Exhale through your mouth slower than what you breathed in. Exhaling through your mouth, making a sound so you can hear your breath or hear your voice, helps release tension in your body. Calming down this tension that we're feeling. Yeah, I was feeling tension today already too. I hadn't yet thought of what subconscious thing might be trying to emerge, to be seen or felt. Waiting for the tone to die. Now the 174, helping us to feel that emotion, or to perhaps name that subconscious thought or name that emotion. My subconscious thought is like, no, I can't, or I'm not enough type of feeling. I can't do it. I can't do what I've been trying to push myself to do. But that's a lie. It's just fear. And it's not all, pushing's not always good either. It's important to stop and rest when you need to, or change gears. There's a number of projects I've been working on, and I've been making time for all of them so far. Some more than others, by priority, finding the priority that I need. But definitely, for me, that hidden underlying emotion is about, no, I can't do it all. From a fear perspective, I think it's based on a goal I have, and the goal being kind of scary in some ways, wonderful and beautiful in many others, but because it's new and I haven't done all these at the same time before, then that's what I'm feeling. And definitely I'm not going to act on this intention, this fear, and stop what I'm doing. But it's so good to recognize those emotions underneath and let it release. I'll see if I can pick up here any of that tension or subconscious thought that any of you might be feeling. I feel strongly there's some energy of the no, get away. I don't know what that pertains to. And maybe if it's something that's not good for you, so look at what you're doing currently, and if that is good and beneficial and in alignment or not. Maybe it is the subconscious you need to go with. And it feels like definitely some energies of using power, your inner power, in a beautiful, loving, firm way. That this desire within you wants to bring this emotion, this to your consciousness, to your awareness, so you can use it in your life. And apply it to what you're working on now, what project or what goal or what work you're doing now. Another feeling that's coming up is self-doubt. Perhaps lack of confidence. Fear. And now we'll do clearing. To clear, bring to the surface and release those things, those emotions, those patterns that aren't helpful, whether they're what you're doing now or that hidden desire, to bring that emotion to the surface. And we'll tune into ancestors and release what they needed to release, so it changes the timeline for us and our children. Feel sadness that they didn't do what they wanted to do. They stopped too soon. Or let the fear and the other emotions sidetrack them. And now ancestral clearing, more so. Releasing the tension, releasing the self-doubt, the I can't, the resistance, the fear. Very good. Now we'll go with 432 for healing and for harmony in our lives, our emotions, our heart, that tension between our heart, between the hemispheres of our mind. We want harmony there for sure. We want healing of the old stories, of the ancestral wounds and the traumas of our own life that created blocks in our biofield and caused those old patterns, the detours our energy takes when there's too many blocks in the way. Okay, and I will do angelic feng shui here for you to help us release that, listen to that tension, listen to that emotion, and release what needs to be released and take what action needs to be taken, whatever applies to each of us. Hari Shikaya. Hallelujah, Shikaya, Aya Shikaya, Aya Shikaya, Aya, Aya, Aya. Shikaya mana, Hari Shikaya, Shikaya, Shikaya. And we give thanks, and I thank you for being with me today for this week and sharing and tuning ourselves to so we can work with the energies of the universe instead of against it, work with what wants to happen in our life instead of resisting. So Thanks. Bye-bye.